Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Svetlana and you are at my channel called Svetlana's Corner, and as you can tell, I don't have a fancy setup. I'm literally in my house in a corner. So that's what we got for now. That's the way it goes. So I hope that you guys are all comfortable, get a drink, sit down, relax, so forth. And as I promised, I was going to talk to you about something new, something I got into this year, and that's what we're going to do. So before we do that, what I want you to do is click on that button, click subscribe, and ring that bell so that every time I post a video, you'll be notified. If you like a video, give it a thumbs up. That's really going to help me out a lot. It really does, and it's a free way to help me out. Posting a comment, anything like that, that would be really awesome as well. And any comments that are in there helps me to know if you want me to touch on another topic. Anything goes, basically. So there we go. So now you're comfortably settled in. We're going to change that, right? There. We're going to stop being comfortable. And we're going to open the door to something new, something I've never talked about ever before. And like I said, I'm going to open a Pandora's box for you. Well, this is a craft box, but it's not. This has been my box. I've been carrying it around with me, mostly from different corners of my room, my desk, etc. It's been something that I've been really passionately involved with for a long time. I should stop tapping on this thing, right? Right. Anyway, I have talked to you guys about it before a little bit, that I got involved in prison advocacy for a while now, just over 3 years now. We're in 2022, so it's been my 4th year now. And it's not something that people talk about. Trust me, I've searched, because I'm in Canada and looking at a lot of things that are happening in the US, and there's a few US channels, but I didn't find a single one in Canada, and not even that many in the US. So a lot of people have been asking me to make these kind of videos, and as I've said again and again, it's not me. I am a shy person. I know there's that really weird stare I get, because I'm a very outgoing person in some cases. More than that, I'm a forward person. I'm a direct person. If I think something, I will say it. You're wearing your underwear inside out, I'm going to say it. However, this is different, and it's been a private part of my life for a long time. I don't talk about it. There's a lot of stigma about it, and it's been just private to me. So I'm a very shy person when it comes to my personal life. So for me to open the very, very big parts of my intimate personal life, this is hard. But I think it needs to be done. And we're going to do that. So in the last 4 years, I went from this being an empty box to being a full box. I went from having a husband to having a boyfriend to having more boyfriends. Now I know that's going to get some weird looks and weird comments, and you're going to find that out. You're going to find out how that happened. But my life has changed a lot. I have described it as, life-changing, life-altering, happy, horrified, sad. I've actually spent nights crying over some of these things. I have spent time laughing about some of these things. I can't tell you what a roller coaster of emotion it has been. It is, and it will be. I know it will be. And it has taken me almost on a physical trips to different places. Due to COVID, we were unable to travel, and we're still unable to travel, but I know it's going to take me physically to other places in the world. So it has changed my life so much, I can't even describe it. Now, this may not be your thing, and that's fine. And as we always say, if this is something you don't like, scroll along, right? Just keep going past it. If it's something you want to get involved with, let me know. I will try to answer any questions I can. I will open every topic I can, and if I don't have the answers, I will find them, because I have a lot of people to ask. And if you want to know how to get involved in it, I want to help those who were like me, who were saying, hey, how do I do this? There's no how-to guides. And we were just struggling to figure things out, really, especially when you are a person in Canada, like I am, trying to figure things out in a different country. So being international is really hard. So I hope that for those of you that are like me, I can make it a little bit easier for you. And for those of you who know what you're doing a lot more than I do, please put those answers in the comments. Please. That will help me. It will help those watching. So I know how much that would mean. I know that many of you know how to do this better. So instead of saying, hey, what do you know? I'm going to answer this right now. Very minimal. So I can use the help. And I know many that can use the help. All those many people that have asked for that help, that's also who I'm doing it for. Those who are struggling, those who want to tell their story, and those who want to be involved. Everybody's in on this journey. So if it's something that you don't want to be involved in, but you're just curious what this journey has been for me, just follow along. So I brought out this box, and what does it mean? It was supposed to be a symbol that we open a Pandora's box because it's a very difficult topic. There's a lot of stigma involved, and once you open Pandora's box, well, you never know what comes out. However, it is also a box of photos, letters, personal affidavits, pictures. I said photos, so see, papers, you name it. It's got legal papers in there. Those are from people I've gotten to know, and this is filling up. This is not all that I have. This is just something I was able to hold and pick up, just to kind of show you how full it is getting. Basically, a lot of it is letters or written statements for people that have wanted to share their story. Some of them want to share their story on here. We're just going to find different ways of doing that because safety is very important and we don't want to put anybody at risk. So we're going to work on that too. There's legal issues that are involved and we're going to work that out as well. But mostly we're going to rely on what I'm going to tell you, which is based on what I'm learning and seeing. We're going to rely on what these people are really interested to tell you too. And like I said, this is my personal journey. It's not an invitation to push anybody to do anything they're not comfortable with. It's for you guys to learn exactly what this meant to me and why I'm in here. And for those that wanted to be part of it, I want to help you because I've struggled to figure out how to get there. I want to help you. I want to give you some pointers and hopefully we can get there together. We can make it a little bit easier on the next person and the next one and the next one. Hope that makes sense. So let me start from the beginning. I was born in September 25. Wait, not that far in the beginning. Let's fast forward a little bit to about 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, what was I doing? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was doing. Somehow I came to a conversation with a friend I went to school with. During my university years, we went to school together. You know, your life drifts apart. It just does. And I've heard about Penpals. I know it sounds very old-fashioned. You actually handwrite a letter to a friend. It gets there. Sounds very simple. But that has been a very forgotten art. I thought that would be kind of cool. It's been so long since I actually hand wrote anything. You know, we pick up our computers, we pick up our phones, we send an email, we send a text. That's a normal thing. How many times have we handwritten letters? So the first thing I did was buy some stationery because I wanted to do it in a fun way. Whoa. That's my organizing skills that need help. So I bought some stationery. This is the only thing that they had in the store other than wedding stationery. Like I said, I already had a husband, wasn't looking for one. Wedding stationery. this is not it, but this looks pretty cool. So I got that, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to join a Penpal page. There's several Penpal pages on Facebook, many, many, many worldwide pen pals. And I got a few. Sorry, for those of you who know, I have so-called OCD. I need my organized environment. You know why I had to pick it up. It was going to bug me. So when I joined the pen pal world, I actually really enjoyed it. And I can't say I'm not part of it. I'm still doing it. I'm still enjoying it. I have a number of amazing pen pals. We write letters. There's some that I enjoy books with, bookmarks, teas. You know, I'm a tea addict. My name is Svetlana. I am a tea addict. Anyway, we enjoyed to share different things, different part of our cultures, traditions. There's even recipe exchange ones. There's everything out there. So I joined that. I was having fun, really. I mean, it was nice. I'm not creative, so that stationery is as creative as I get. I'm not good at anything else, but I was enjoying it. And then I have been talking to somebody for quite a bit, maybe over 6 months, and without mentioning names, because privacy is important to some people, she mentioned that, you know what, my boyfriend has a friend. He would love, love, love to talk to you. Okay. I thought, no problem. Give me his address. I'm a good person when it comes to talking. I am shy about my personal life, but I can talk. See, I babble. So I wrote a letter. It was a very boring kind of one-page letter. And you know what? I didn't know anything about the world enough to really understand it. All I remember is you need a white envelope, white piece of paper, no fancy stationery. And I remember the address looked kind of funny because there's a number on there. So the number was actually an inmate number. And this went to US. And it was a US prison. So every inmate has their ID number. It's called a DOC number, Department of Corrections number. I didn't know this. But anyway, I wrote my first letter to this person. He wrote back. And now that we are laughing about it, well, me and him are laughing about it, that he actually was not going to write back because he was not really sure he wanted to talk to anybody. His case was a little bit high profile years ago, and most people that wrote to him were reporters. But he saw my name. He recognized my name. My last name has changed since then. A lot, obviously, because I now had a married name, but he recognized my first name and started a conversation about it. We actually realized we went to school together back in Edmonton here. What would it be? Over 20 years ago. So that actually was a weird coincidence. I mean, it's not a great thing that this is a person serving time in prison, but that you reconnect with somebody like that. Like, to me, life coincidences don't happen. I believe that there's a rhyme and reason to everything. Fate brings us certain things, and I think that there was a reason to it. I didn't think of it at the time, but now I definitely feel like there was a point to this. So we have been communicating for a long time. I mean, I've been talking to him. Like I said, it's been almost 4 years that we've been in communication. And I'm not going to talk about that person's case specifically right now, right here. I do have permission to talk about it, but this is just not the video for it. I will have videos about certain people that I come across and all of that. This is just not that video. The point of that was that I got to learn so much. Like I said, we don't really realize what's going on outside our front door sometimes. We got so much going on that it just doesn't seem important. And I got to see so much stuff. I can't even imagine that. It actually led me into pursuing some of this on the employment basis. First on a volunteer basis and then employment basis. I was actually looking for counseling job and advocacy job and everything else. Like, this person has become very close to me and has opened my eyes to a lot of things where I got very involved in so many things. And like I said, I'm not going to go into those details in this video, but I did get involved in a lot of it. And I shouldn't say did, I am involved in a lot of it. With that, I have met others, many others. These are some of them, but you know, when you get a stack of people that want to tell you their story without expecting anything, they just want you to know. And half of the ones I just held are innocently incarcerated. So at least half of those I held are innocently incarcerated. More than that, actually. The ones I held were pretty much all innocently incarcerated. You know, you can't not get involved. I got involved. So that was interesting for me. It's been definitely a great journey, very heartbreaking journey, but I couldn't imagine not being on it. I'm getting more and more involved in it. I'm hoping to really become as involved in it as I can. That's, again, a whole other video, how far I want to go. But basically, I've loved it, and I've met many other people. I know that these inmates, their loved ones want to tell their story, and those are horrifying stories. Just why people get incarcerated like that, how they're treated, what happened to them. They're horrible stories. But they're there, they're fighting, and for any of those watching, if your loved one is in those facilities, you know where my heart is. So their loved ones wanted to tell the story, and I get to hear those on a daily basis. They know more about the prison journey, as I'm going to call it, the prison journey more than I do. So for those of you watching, you know, as we go along, as I talk about it, I love those comments because I'm considering myself to be a newbie at this. So any feedback is always appreciated. So I have actually gotten to make more pen pals. I've met more people, as I mentioned in there. And as I said, I went from husband to boyfriend in this. Again, a story for another day, how this system works and how it changed my life. But a few boyfriends, right? I mean, hey, I'm 42. I'm not dead. Just throwing this in there. So it's been interesting. Even my kids know about it. They know some of the guys in here. They know the ones closest to me. Actually, they know one that's the most closest to me right now. The one person that actually has been bugging me to do these videos. And by bugging me, I mean 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Come on, come on, come on. You know this is what you want to do. It's somebody who I feel is almost like a twin for me, my personality twin, you know, and he gets me in a way that I didn't know. I have wondered about something, like I wonder if there's a way to tell the story. And I didn't say anything to anybody until we were on the phone, and he said, I bet you're wondering if you want to tell a story. Yeah, I do. I don't want to admit it, but yeah, I do. So I know when he's going to be watching this, he's going to laugh. But I've also introduced some of the inmates to some of the other people. There's a lot of people that got involved and get involved. And a lot of us feel like we hit a brick wall, especially if you're an international person. If you're not in the States, you don't know how it works. There's so many obstacles in the way. You're driving and there's big snowbank. All you're doing is getting stuck in the snow over and over again. For those of you who live in Canada, you get this. If you live somewhere like Arizona, trust me, it's just pretend you're going down into the canyon. Same idea. You're just getting stuck and stuck and stuck in the snow. I'm still getting stuck in the snow. So I've had so many people say, how do you do this? How do you do this? And I've typed it out a lot of times. I've been on social media typing it out. I've been asking a lot of times because I feel like an idiot asking. But that's the only way you learn. There's actually nothing out there that says this is how you do this. You're just stuck. So this is a reason I wanted to make these videos. Some of them will be how to. how to correspond with an inmate is actually several videos I have in mind. And I know it sounds simple, but it's not like you're just going to pick up a letter and write it. It's not. You can't just throw things into a letter. Not like that. There's so many rules, and you do it the wrong way, that inmate could have devastating circumstances just because of that. I'm going to give you a little statistic. Worldwide, they say every second person is affected by a loved one that's been incarcerated. Let's stop on that one for a sec. Every second person. That means between the two of us, there's me, there's you watching it, one of us is affected by it. That makes sense, because I am. But those statistics are pretty devastating. And if we can help the world be a little bit of a better place, why not? At least that's always been me. I always wanted to change the world a little bit. So like I said, this has been my journey. This has been discovering people that wanted to tell their stories. I found a lot of, this is what I call pen pals. I still have my normal pen pals. That's what I call them. My usual pen pals, and I have my inmate, my prison pen pals that I talk to on a regular basis. We now talk to electronically because there's actually electronic communication. We talk on the phone. We talk in person through videos. I'm hoping to do in person as well. But we talk on a daily basis. And I want to share all that with you. I want to share what's going on out there in the world. And if you want to get involved, I want to help you get involved. How to get involved, how to do that, because like I said, it's not as simple as you write a letter. I've learned that having normal stationery like this is a no-go. So for those of you especially that are not from US, that are international, I hope I can help you a little bit, because I've been struggling with that myself, and there's not much information out there. Like I said, I've looked. There's a little bit of information for those in the US. There's pretty much none for those in Canada, Germany, UK, anywhere else in the world. So I hope that I can help you. I hope that we can help each other going through that. And I hope that those who say, you know what, I've been having my loved one in prison for the last 10 years, well, you definitely have way more experience than I do. So we would love your input, right? We'd definitely be appreciative of that input. So that brings me to now. I'm going to wrap things up because I tend to go off on a tangent sometimes. This is a topic that is controversial and passionate to me, so definitely I go on a tangent. So I hope I made you a little bit less comfortable, because prison's not a comfortable topic. It's not. For me, this has been 4 years. I am more comfortable talking about it with those that are in it. Still not as much as I'd like to be. I'm definitely not comfortable talking about it to those who don't know about it. Like I said, there's so much stigma attached to it. But I'm going to share my journey, how I started and where I am now. This is kind of a shortened version of that. You got to find out where I started. That was the person that I have talked to first 4 years ago. Somebody that I knew, and you think, this could never happen to me. It can happen to you. Trust me. You could be jaywalking and end up with a life sentence. You can end up even with a death sentence. And that's mind-blowing to me, but it's something I've discovered on a regular basis. So, I mean, it's not always this extreme, but it is horrifying. So I'm going to go through how to do this right for those of you that are involved in the system. You know, if you want to talk to a pen pal, how to meet one, how to do it safely, because let's face it, not everybody is a safe person out there. So how to find a pen pal safely, how to find the right one that clicks with you, how to do it right, what are the laws, the policies of it, what kind of communication there is, from written to electronic to videos to phones, how to do that, because trust me, it is a whole bunch of puzzles. I don't know how good you are at puzzles. If you're an MIT engineer, I dare you to solve this one, because I'm still not there. I'm going to help you with that. And I'm also going to share with you a lot of stories, a lot of day-to-day stuff that actually happens in the prison world. A lot of weird stuff, a lot of fun stuff, and some of it will be coming from the inmates themselves. So we're going to have some creative ways of having them join in and tell their side of it. So you're not just going to hear it from me and go, what does she know? They're going to tell you what they're experiencing, what they just went through. They're going to give you the entire thing personally. And I think that that's going to be an interesting way of balancing things out. So thank you so much for any of you that are still here, that are still watching, that haven't fallen asleep. We're going to close off this box for now, because I'm going to put this away because I got some letters to finish. And I want to make sure that they're organized. And it doesn't go right. The organization me is going to have a little fit right now. So thank you for joining me. I hope you join me on the next video. I'm going to actually do exactly what I just said. I'm going to talk to you about finding a pen pal. There's a lot to it. If you want to find an inmate pen pal, how to do that, and some feedback about the ones I do have, what signs you're watching for to make sure you're doing it right, that it's a safe way of doing that. And like I said, you'll get to hear from some of very eager individuals that want to participate in these, some of these inmates, and especially the one in particular who's happily on my case about doing these videos. So I'm going to dedicate this video actually to that person. Thank you for giving me that bravery to come and say all this, because right now I'm not in my comfort zone. So that was actually something I have been getting better at, getting outside of my comfort zone. It's like I said, we're going to get a little less comfortable here. So that's why I'm dedicating that video to that one person. And I hope that with his support and help, we're going to open the doors to a lot of injustices and maybe just change some of them. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.